Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman, and yep, it is time once again for some watch news. And the theme for this episode was actually on accident. I didn't even realize until I started putting this video together that the pieces discussed in every single article tonight are 37 millimeters and smaller. So tonight, we're going little. Let us begin. The first article tonight comes to us from Monochrome Watches. And this is a shocking article. They're discussing a watch by Bell & Ross. Yeah, the Bell & Ross. They put out a 36 millimeter watch. And it looks super cool. I'm generally not a huge Bell & Ross fan. I mean, I think it's cool that they have absolutely their own design language, their own unique look. When you glance at their watches, you know exactly what you're looking at. But these pieces here, I actually kind of like. That glacial blue dial looks amazing. And being square watches, I feel like 36 might wear a little bit larger than it seems on paper, but the wrist shots look amazing. I actually kind of like the screws at the corners. These are no date pieces. They have integrated bracelets, crown guards. They're kind of a rounded square in shape, and they have circular dials. Yeah, I like the way these pieces look. It's a great design. So in this article, they discuss 3 different colorways: the glacial blue dial, a silver dial, and a black dial. And I think I like all 3 of them. I feel like the silver dial works really well with this design, making the whole thing kind of a silvery color. And I like the crispness of the black dial. And for some reason, I'm kind of obsessed with glacial dials. At some point. And these watches are also slimmer than their larger counterparts, which is good, so that they don't look overly blockish. As the case gets smaller, if the height stays the same, they start to look a bit chunky. The movement inside these watches is a Sellita SW300. The case size is 36 millimeters. The case height is 8.5 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire. The case is brushed and polished, and it has an integrated bracelet. And the bracelets look pretty cool on these too. These watches have 100 meters of water resistance, and they retail for about 4,500 euros. So they aren't insanely expensive. Is that how much Bell & Rosses normally go for? I don't even know. Okay, given a quick glance at some of the other pieces that come up when I poke around on the internet, this price seems pretty well within the range of what other pieces go for. They have some that are cheaper and some that are quite a bit more expensive, but I was seeing quite a few for 400,000 to 500,000. The next article on my list comes to us from Time & Tide Watches, and I'm really excited about this one. They did a write-up of an Alpina watch, the Heritage Tropic Proof. And these watches are 34 millimeters, so they are authentically vintage size. And they're right up my alley. The aesthetics are just gorgeous. They're no-date pieces, and they're beautiful. And apparently I haven't been paying enough attention to Alpina, because they've done other heritage watches that are brilliant. There's the Heritage Automatic, which harkens back to the 30s and 40s, and apparently the original watches were 27 millimeters. Now that is tiny. Their contemporary interpretation of it is 38 millimeters. They also made a tank-style watch. Well, more squarish, but these are just brilliant. The Heritage Carré. And I feel like I need to note those for the next tank-style dress watches video I do. In fact, these watches are so beautiful, I now have a saved search out there, and I'm going to keep my eye on them. I found one for $1,600. Ouch. Maybe in the future. But these tropic proof watches just look so amazing. I don't know which one I like more, the black dial or the silver dial. They have Dauphine hands and applied markers. They're very vintage everyday wear style of watches. The cases are fairly minimal, kind of utilitarian. The entire case is polished. And the thickness on these looks great as well. I mean, just look at the silver dial variant. Did I say that one of them had a silver dial? It's actually a white dial, but look at that piece. The white dial looks brilliant. Those applied markers just look amazing. And the crystal they went with these looks good. These are just absolutely gorgeous watches. So the case size on these watches is 34 millimeters. The case height is 9.25 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire. And the movement inside these is an ETA 7001 based movement. The in-house AL-480. And these are kind of spendy at around $1,700. And that's Swiss francs, so depending on where you're at, it may be a bit more than that even. But they just look so good. Wow, these watches are great. I definitely need to dig deeper into Alpina. The next article comes to us from Hodinkee, and this is a write-up of two Grand Seikos, the SLGB001 and 003. And these are ultra-fine accuracy watches. And according to the article, first, this is, as far as I can tell and Grand Seiko has found, the most accurate watch in the world powered by a mainspring. Yes, it's a spring drive movement with a quartz oscillator, but plus minus 20 seconds per year is an outstanding achievement that culminates decades of work for Grand Seiko. So in 1969, the brand released the very fine adjusted movement, and that was plus or minus 1 minute per month. And this movement, the 9RB2 caliber, is 36 times more accurate than that. And according to the article, it's also 9 times more accurate than the caliber 9R86, Seiko's next most accurate movement today. And this movement is housed in two 37mm Grand Seikos. One of them is in sort of a glacially blue, just a faint touch of blue to it, and the other is a silvery white dial. And one of these watches is on a bracelet that has an on-the-fly micro adjustment, and apparently that is a pain point for Grand Seiko fans and customers, the lack of such a mechanism. But from what I can see in pictures, this one is really well designed. When you micro adjust it down, the links are hidden behind the clasp, so you don't even see them. And when someone on social media brought up this whole pain point, the Seiko president had a pretty entertaining response. Not this again. We haven't been able to execute it fully yet, so there's no timeline, but the idea is there. Yeah, so just back off. Now, the author of this article took issue with the 37mm case size, but I feel like variety is good. And of course I am biased, since I have gone little. But why not have some options in 37mm? However, these pieces apparently retail for just about $40,000. And most of the comments on this article are kind of negative toward the watch. There was one positive one, noting the 37mm, but that is some crazy accuracy. The last watch we're looking at, I found in an article on Wristwatch Review. However, none of the images were pulling up for me, so I tracked it down on Christopher Ward's own website. This is the CWX Mr. Jones watch. And this is also in 37mm, and just look at how cute that watch is. I mean, this is almost Hello Kitty level cute. So it's a fun take on a moon phase where we have a happy moon moving across the sky with birds flying through the air, clouds everywhere. There are multiple levels to the dial, and it's just super whimsical. It was designed by Bea Watts, who has this to say about her design. My design celebrates the beauty of the night sky in a playful way. I was inspired by the magical feeling of sitting outside to watch the sunset and staying there till the day transitions into night. The moon begins to appear in the sky. Swallows swoop and dive through the air. And in my design, you're transported into the air too, hovering above a blanket of clouds. It's a cozy, secret space from which to stargaze. My design captures a feeling of comfort and quiet and encourages you to appreciate the fleetingness of a certain moment. Christopher Ward is brilliant, and Mr. Jones is just so much fun. They have so many great whimsical designs. Just amazing. London's Mr. Jones Watches, founded by Crispin Jones, specializes in playful timepieces with playful illustrated dials. Like Christopher Ward, it's a founder member of the Alliance of British Watch and Clockmakers, which is why this fusion of CW's mechanical chops and Mr. Jones Watches' flair is the perfect example of British watchmaking's resurgence. I mean, these are watches that I think even my wife would love, even though she likes her watches tiny. If you're interested in one of these watches, you'll have to get on a wait list though. They currently are not available, so I'm not sure what they're going to retail at. But they're definitely cute. So there you have it, you are now caught up on watch news. Thanks for watching.